Chapter 10. Case Closed. The following morning, the sun rose over St. Mary Mead with a clarity that seemed to scrub the world clean. In the parlor of Danemead, the atmosphere was far different from the tension of the previous day. The steel-bound case sat open on the coffee table. Its contents, yellowed marriage certificates, a heavy family Bible, and a stack of emotional letters, finally spread out in the light. Carson Drew leaned back in his chair, tapping a fountain pen against his chin. It's ironclad. With these documents, the court in London didn't even need an hour to deliberate. Mary Thompson is officially recognized as the rightful heir to the Grymes estate. Mary, who looked as if a 1,000-pound weight had been lifted from her shoulders, reached out to squeeze Nancy's hand. "I don't know how to thank you. If you hadn't been on that train, if you hadn't known Miss Marple—" "It was a team effort," Nancy said, beaming. She looked over at Miss Marple, who was calmly winding a ball of pale blue wool. "I provided the muscle, but Miss Marple provided the map. I would have been chasing pinstripes all over the county if she hadn't known exactly how a man like Silas Grymes thinks." Miss Marple smiled over her spectacles. "Nonsense, Nancy. You have a gift for seeing the truth through the fog. It is a rare quality in one so young. Most people see only what they expect to see. You see what is actually there." Later that afternoon, as the time for the Drews' departure approached, the two sleuths walked together in the garden. The scent of roses was heavy in the air. "I'll be heading back to River Heights tomorrow," Nancy said, a touch of sadness in her voice. "It's going to seem awfully quiet after this." "Oh, I doubt that very much," Miss Marple chuckled. "A girl with your spirit finds mysteries the way a magnet finds needles. But remember what we discussed, Nancy. The setting changes, from a village in England to a town in America. But human nature remains the same. The same greed, the same vanity, and," she added softly, "the same courage." Nancy reached into her pocket and pulled out a small, wrapped parcel. "I wanted you to have this. It's a bit more modern than what you're used to, but I think you'll find it useful." Miss Marple opened the gift to find a high-powered, compact magnifying glass with a sleek silver handle engraved with the initials J.M. "To help you see the fingerprints on the tea caddy," Nancy joked. Miss Marple's eyes misted over. "It is lovely, dear, truly lovely." And in return, she handed Nancy a small hand-knitted cardigan in a vibrant shade of blue. "To keep you warm during those midnight stakeouts. I've reinforced the pockets. I know you like to carry a great many gadgets." At the station, the scene was much calmer than their arrival. As the train pulled in, Carson Drew shook Miss Marple's hand with deep respect. "I've spent my life in courtrooms, Miss Marple, but I've rarely seen a case closed with such elegance," Carson said. Nancy climbed onto the steps of the carriage, waving until the small figure on the platform became a mere speck of pink and white against the green hills of the village. She sat down, opened her notebook to a fresh page, and began to write. "Dear Bess and George, you won't believe the case I just solved in England. It involved a train robbery, a hidden cellar, and the most remarkable woman I have ever met." As the train gathered speed, Nancy Drew looked out the window with a confident smile. She was going home, but she carried with her a new wisdom. The world was a large place, but thanks to a pen pal in St. Mary Mead, it didn't seem quite so unsolvable anymore. The end.